can't say too much about what we're exactly going to do because that would sort of ruin all the fun, but all I can say is it's going to be a pretty rough couple of months for Europe.
Alright guys, I can't really reveal who I am, but all I want you to know that it's going to be a rough couple of months for Europe.
Hi everyone, my name's Elise Backman. I am the Chargee d'Affaires. I've been the one sending you all these emails these months. I am so excited to meet you all in the next couple of days, and I can't wait to see you. Get ready for PICSim!
Hi, my name is Jason Zukus, and I'm the chair for the European Commission. I'm a senior here at Princeton, and my major is the Woodrow Wilson School of Public and International Affairs. So a fun fact about me is that I have an obese water frog named Godzilla as my pet. So our committee is going to be the best also because we're the European Commission. So essentially we take up the entire region and are basically the most important people there. And just as far as what crises I think will come up, I think there's going to be a lot of economic issues and hopefully at least 1 or 2 wars. Some tips or hints for the delegates would be to make sure to make your voice heard and to be creative with your responses, and always try to make sure that whatever you're doing is realistic and that you think through what the consequences will be. And as far as a motto or a mascot, actually, what would be a mascot for the European Commission? Something big and boring. I don't know.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Owen, je suis en terminale dans l'école Woodrow Wilson. Je me spécialise dans le Moyen-Orient, la Méditerranée et les ressources naturelles. Et comme vous pouvez voir, je suis votre présidente. Alors, bienvenue en France. Hi, a fun fact about me, over intercession break, I went to a Coptic exorcism. Of course, what makes our committee the best is that we have the best country, which has cheese, wine, chocolate, and bread. What more could you ask for? My predictions for committee? I'm betting on nuclear explosions, nuclear war, and all of North Africa going up in flames. Tips and hints for delegates, I would say stay true to your character, but also make sure you think of all the ramifications of your actions. And when you're speaking, don't speak just to say something, make sure you actually have a point. Vive la belle France et à bientôt!
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm a junior in the history department, and this is the Netherlands Committee. A fun fact about myself is I have never seen any of the Star Wars movies. What makes our committees the best is that, number one, exciting as it is, we're in our 198th year of independence, and number two, it's the Netherlands. Just think about it. As far as predictions in the committee are concerned, I would suggest straying away from only considering agricultural products. There are also political and economical considerations that should be made. For succeeding in committee, I would suggest that you don't focus too much on your individual goals, so much that it gets in the way of working in conjunction with other people on the committee, because if you want to be successful in this conference, you will not be able to work just by yourself. Our committee mascot will be the beach martin. It's like a ferret. It's local to Netherlands. It's also called a stoned martin.
I'm Sartorius. I'm a senior in the Woodrow Wilson School, and I'll be chairing Germany. When I was in high school, I trained with a professional German soccer team. It's definitely going to be the people. I've been doing this conference for 4 years, and I've had great people all 4 years, and I expect this year to be no different. Germany's going to run train on Europe. France, build up the Maginot Line because we're coming for you. Keep your action orders brief and concise. There's a lot of paper always floating around the committee room, and I want to be able to send your guys' order to the crisis room. Our mascot will be beer. Germans love drinking a lot of it, and I've always wanted to go to Oktoberfest.
Hi, I'm Sammy. I'm a sophomore in the electrical engineering department, and I will be chairing first thing. I'm related to Elise Backman and Robert E. Lee. You guys definitely make our committee the best. You're the best and the brightest of the country, and you're going to take down all the other countries. Predictions for this committee, probably a lot of war. Stick to your character and make sure you work as a committee as a whole, because winning the conference will be over every committee with PICSim, and in order to do that, we need to work as a country and not just as an individual. Our mascot is a matador.
Sziasztok, my name is Owen Daniels. I'm class of 2014 and politics major, and I'm chair of the Hungary committee. My fun fact is that I've actually attended a civil rights march in Hungary that was attacked by right-wing protesters. We're going to win because we're a part of a former empire and we've got imperial ambition. For committee, I'm predicting some right-wing tension and economic crises. My tips for committee: make bold moves and try and think outside the box. The Hungary Committee is brought to you by Paprika and Unicum.
Hi, I'm Daj. I'm a senior in the economics department, and I will be your Prime Minister for the Kingdom of Belgium. I was actually in Belgium over winter break, so I went across Flanders and Wallonia. Okay, we have the best chocolate in Europe, over France, I think, and we also have the best beer in Europe, and we have comic books, the best comic books in Europe as well, so nothing can stop us. My prediction is that we will probably have an existential crisis, but we'll probably overcome it like we have always had. And so make sure you follow your portfolios properly, because everyone has a role in the committee. Cooperate, and make sure all your action orders are very clear and concise, so that there's no room for interpretation. Through the spirit of Belgian comics, our mascot is Tintin.
My name is Bennett Bernstein. I'm a senior in the chemistry department, and I will be chairing the Italy. A fun fact about me is that I spent part of one summer living in the apartment of a high school friend's grandmother in the red light district in Rome. What's really great about the Italy Committee is that Italy, in a lot of ways, is kind of the tipping point for the fiscal situation of Western Europe at large. So there are a lot of interesting things that will or won't happen just on the basis of what goes on in our committee. My predictions for committee are probably a debt crisis. My tips or recommendations for the delegates are to make sure at the same time both to stay with portfolio, but be comfortable bringing what you can contribute uniquely to the collaboration that's going to drive the group together. The mascot for our committee is going to be Milan striker Mario Balotelli, because you never know.
Hi, I'm Jeff Morell. I'm the chair of the United Kingdom Committee. I'm a senior in the Department of Chemical and Biological Engineering with a minor in International and Public Affairs. A fun fact about me is that 2 summers ago I worked in an adult diaper factory as a chemical engineer and not, as is commonly joked by members of the Princeton International Relations Council, a product tester. Being as the United Kingdom is one of the only 2 countries at this conference with nuclear weapons, clearly we will be exercising hegemonic dominance over the conference. If the British Empire and Commonwealth are to last for 1,000 years, they will still say this was their finest hour. A good and convincing British accent. Inclement weather.
Hello, my name is David Asker. I'm a senior in the Woodrow Wilson School, and I'm chairing the Estonia Committee. Fun fact about myself is that I served as a diplomat in the Swedish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and I was stationed in Kabul for a year. My committee is better than the other ones because Estonia is a Scandinavian country. I'm actually from Scandinavia, so we have some actually a local chairing it, and it's going to make it much more realistic than all the other ones. A prediction for committee, I think we'll have a lot of fun with Russia. I think we'll get to do a lot of things in cyberspace, hopefully, and I hope that the Union doesn't break up. Tips for succeeding in committee: don't try to assassinate me, don't try to annex any other countries, don't make friends with Russia. So our committee mascot is a fish in boots. Google it and you'll understand.